Greetings, traveler. Let's say that you finally released your game after working on it for so long, but all you get for your hard work is thousands upon thousands of negative game reviews. You feel hopeless, you feel that all is lost and there's no reason to keep working on the game, and certainly you might feel that there's no way to increase your game sales in this environment. But in my experience, there exists a very, very potent way to increase your game sales and people's enjoyment of the game, even amidst of thousands and thousands of negative game reviews. My name is Santos. I've been working in the games industry for over 30 years now, and very often we see the case where a game gets released, gets lots of negative reviews, people don't want to play it. And at this point, most game developers would give up and they would say, this project is a lost cause. Certainly most game company CEOs or other high-level managers would say this product doesn't perform, using my own language. The return on our investment is very poor in this project. Cancel it, fire everyone, let's move on to the next thing. This is extremely common in the games industry, albeit I think a bit unfortunate, since I think in that case we're just selling ourselves short. So what can we do? Let's take a specific example to understand this a bit better. So recently, Ubisoft has been in the news a lot for many reasons, but one of these reasons is, let's say, Star Wars Outlaws. Regardless of whether you like the game or not, it seems that many people didn't like it. It was quite a negative wave on the internet about reviews, what people think about it, what they thought they would be getting, and how far that is from the actual game that they played. And the game has a very large amount of negative game reviews at this moment. So of course this made Ubisoft think that we achieved what we can achieve, there's no point putting any more time and money into the game, let's just move on. So I don't know if that's actually the case. I just imagine that to be the case based on the entire history of the games industry. I hope that that's not the case. So let's say I was in a similar situation and the game I released has tons and tons of negative reviews. What could I do then to increase the game sales specifically in that very, very negative, very arduous environment? Well, the first thing I would do is take a look at the actual sales numbers, right? And the actual playtime of players. So even though most people say they hate it and this is horrible and how could people make such a game, even in that situation, there are still people who find enjoyment in the game. So maybe even though everything else is horrible, they like the story. Maybe they like the gameplay. Maybe they just wanted to try something new. Maybe they wanted to see what the whole controversy is about. Maybe they read some of the game reviews and they thought, well, this is other people's opinion. I'm going to form my own opinion based on my own experience, and they decide to pick up the game regardless. So no matter what the reason is, even in that very negative situation, there are still people that will play the game and they will buy the game to play it. And there is where the opportunity lies for us developers. So there, people do actually play the game. And if you're doing your data and your analytics correctly, then you will know how much people played, where they stopped, where they had problems, what part of the game wasn't enjoyable, when people decided to stop playing it, and so on. Data is extremely helpful in that sense. If the game doesn't have that data, that's a really bad situation to be in. So even at that point onwards, implementing analytics is still worth it, in my opinion, since it's basically your best tool for deciding your way forward. You can still have qualitative interviews with people who play the game. This can be done on forums, reaching out directly. Maybe there's a chatting function in your game to specifically reach out to people. Maybe they join Discord or some other community to talk about the game or as part of purchasing the game. Reaching out to people and specifically asking them for feedback is, again, extremely valuable in this situation. So what is our goal doing all this? Our goal is to help people who, even in this environment, do enjoy the game, enjoy it even more, and little by little change their opinion of the game to towards positive. So at this point, the important distinction is we're not trying to convert all the negative reviews to positive. This is extremely hard to do, and I don't think it's worth pursuing it in this way. Instead, our goal here is to make the people who enjoy the game enjoy it so much that they become our champions in the community moving forward. And I don't mean it in a way that, they'll go on and they'll make YouTube videos and write positive reviews in the game and that will change everyone's opinion. No. What we're aiming for here is the people who still play the game now, enjoying it so much and having such a good experience from the game and from their interaction with us as the developers that they are positive enough about the game to recommend it to their friends. This is crucial. This is like gold to game developers. If somebody who plays the game recommends it to a friend and they say, hey, this game is awesome, let's play together, or if it has multiplayer, or if they say, this game is awesome, you should play it, you should give it a try, this and this and this is crazy good about this game, that friend recommendation is more powerful than all of the internet combined. There exists no force in this universe to stop somebody who hears a recommendation like that from wanting to try the game and with their friend or by themselves and see if the friend's recommendation is true or not. People are just like that. Our human connections are way more important than any advertisement that's out there, any news that's out there, any fact that exists in the world. If somebody you know and you like comes and tells you something, humans will naturally regard that very, very highly, much more highly than any information that comes from a third source and so on. And this is our sometimes maybe even single saving grace in this very negative situation. If the people who are our champions at the moment, at this point in time, who still play the game because they enjoy it despite all the negative opinions out there, if we can get them to recommend the game to other friends because they like it, because they're having a good time, because they're having a positive experience with the game, then there's no way the sales of the game will not go up. And over time, there's no way that, even though there was negative reviews back in the game's release, we cannot have more positive reviews going forward. So I know that the current opinion is that, if a game gets review bombed in the beginning, it's all over and you must quit everything and move on. I'm not saying that this is wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. That is also a way forward. But if it's a game you love, and if it's a game you've put a lot of your work and a lot of your time in, and you believe in it, and you think that the game has the potential to move on and to achieve great things for you and for players out there, then perhaps this is one way forward that uses all your work and honors all the people who still like it despite all the craziness out there. So I hope this helps. If you know someone in a situation like that, please share this video with them and let them know there's hope. And as always, thank you for your time and have fun.